Last night, I saw something very strange on TikTok, and I felt like making a video on that topic. Normally, I don't really use TikTok, but sometimes I get interested in what the hive mind has to say. You have all these young women on there with the weirdest takes, and I don't know whether to laugh at them or feel disappointed about the world. Last night I saw something strange though. I saw all these women crying on TikTok because they were rejected by men. There was this one girl talking about how no one wants to date her anymore. She was talking to this one guy for a while, but he also cancelled their date. Seems like there are a whole bunch of women out there absolutely devastated because no one wants to date them. Underneath the lights and fantasies on TikTok, there's a whole side of society that no one wants to see. TikTok doesn't promote it because it only harms them. But videos like these are being made, and nothing kills a woman's self-worth more than the fact that no one wants to date her. She is not approached and she is not asked out. That's their worst fear. In a way, that's a telling sign for the future of the dating marketplace. It tells us what's going to happen as more and more women like these pop up. You guys can go look this up. In the year 2026 of women were single and unmarried. In the year 2010, 30% of women were single and unmarried. In the year 2020, 33% of women were single and unmarried. Now in 10 years, that trend is going to go up and up. That percentage is probably going to be between 35 and 37. I won't be surprised if it hits like 40, because so many women, they want a certain type of guy. They live in this fantasy. These women are the ones crying on TikTok. They're not your average high school girls and college girls. Nah, they are past their biological primes, and they're literally begging for a man to take them. But it won't happen anymore. In a way, they're all like the average modern woman who treats men like trash and goes through them in her 20s, only to lose all worth in her late 20s. Then they try all kinds of things. They get surgery done, update pictures, and chase men. It's so weird because women do absolutely anything to make sure they're wanted by a man. It's just too late at that point though, because not only do men not want to date her, they want the younger girls. Men are quitting the dating place and refusing to marry altogether. That's the reality of the world, unfortunately. And so I think the future of dating is going to look a lot more like this. Instead of the marketplace getting balanced, more and more are just going to quit. The dynamics are going to shift and women will realize the consequences. If you think that's too far-fetched to believe, let me walk you through the path of the average modern woman in this world. Women are hypergamous by nature, but nowhere before in history have women had such high standards than the modern world. Women's standards are so high that even 90% of men can't come close to meeting them. Today, only women are wanted for being a woman. Men are wanted if they're earning money, looking good, lifting and building muscle, and taking care of themselves. The threshold to get a woman interested in you is getting higher day by day. This is what a woman does today. As soon as her puberty ends and she gets interested in boys, she goes for the absolute top in her high school and college. It doesn't matter what she looks like. It doesn't matter what she brings to the relationship. The majority of the women compete for the same group of 30 to 40 boys in the college or high school setting, while the rest of the men are left around as plan Bs. They're the friends and the second option. So a woman will go and have one-night stands with the hot guys and get drunk at parties. She's going to get passed around like that and then come back to the guy who actually loved her and throw her emotional mess onto him. She's going to have his fun and then come back to the poor guy so she can make his life hell. What's absolutely crazy is that it's not the 9s and 10s doing this stuff. Even the 6s and 5s are doing this now. They want tall guys who have money and all the time in the world to get drunk and mess around. They have this crazy list of things they want men to have. And they're not only physical traits. They also want these men to be completely loyal to her and treat her like a queen. Of course, high-value men don't do that, and so she cries about how toxic boys are right after the night she slept with one. This cycle sort of goes on until she gets out of college and gets near the age of 25. Her looks are slowly declining, and she realizes she can't ride the high-value male ride anymore like she used to. The chads don't want her anymore, so she plays around with the feelings of average guys. Since her own looks are slowly declining but her ego is still intact, she creates a lot of drama and trouble for guys who just want a healthy, stable relationship. But this doesn't last long. Slowly she stops getting any matches on Twitter. If she managed to preserve at least a little bit of her looks, most men will just use her to sleep with. That's why you have all these women who had a lot of fun in their younger years, sleeping with just about everybody, rejecting the good guys, and now she can't figure out why no one wants her. Mostly she can't bear the consequences of her actions. She doesn't like to be on the receiving end of rejections because she has been spoiled all her life. Suddenly her chat is looking a little too dry, men aren't reaching out to her anymore, and no one wants to date her. That's when you have these women going up on TikTok and crying about how men are cruel. That, my friends, is the future of dating. In the end, we are all human, and there's only so many standards women can choose for. In the end, she's going to end up with the 1% of men who have already made it so far. They want nothing to do with her, much less treat her like a queen. A lot of the 7s and 8s are going to realize that high-value men only choose the top-tier women. So they can either choose to date men on her level, like a normal human being, or remain stuck up in this cycle forever. What's really going to be best for everyone, however, is if men just kept rejecting women altogether. Because trust me, no matter how much rejection hurts for you, for women it hurts 10 times more. Forget all the modern crap. Women don't want money. They don't wear makeup and revealing clothes for themselves. They do it to feel attractive and wanted. What do you think happens when every man out there starts rejecting her, though? Her mind breaks. She literally loses her bearings. Women base their entire value off of this, and she cannot bear to be rejected like this. So sure, rejection hurts for men. We take a day off and drink a beer to forget about it, but women just break down and cry to the whole world. The more women continue their insanity, the more dating is going to become this in the future. Until they realize that they also need to bring something to the table, things are only going to get worse for them. We men are already used to this. Women aren't. She either has to accept the fact that she needs to know how to cook, or she needs to contribute to a relationship and put in the work, or she can keep getting rejected from men. Soon enough, a lot of men will give up on marriage altogether. What do you think will be the result? A ton of wealthy, happy men living their best lives. Hundreds of women crying and wailing about how toxic men are and wondering what happened. That's it. Take care, you all. I will see you shortly.